Alright, time for another good show. Can't wait. Second episode. What the hell? Hello? God, it's a weird neighborhood here. What the hell is this dude steal? Okay, he's walking towards me. This is uncomfortable. Hey man, open up! Come on. Jesus, man. What was that all about? Oh, not again. Come on.
What are you doing? Come on, come on.
Shut the door. Shut the door.
Dude. Right behind you. Dude, look behind you. Listen. Dude, look, hey.
He's right there.
We're doing a horror show. We're not making a movie.
I know, but I saw he was out there. He's right there. He's right there.
I'm not going to turn around. I'm not going to fall for that.
I'm telling you, it's not a joke.
We have a show to do. Let's get the show done.
He's waving.
There's nothing going on behind me.
I'm not going back there.
I'm not
going back there.
Let's go do the show here.
I'm going back there.
Come on.
Too scary.
I'm not going to turn around because I know there's nothing
Back there. I'm not going back there.
There's nothing back there.
Nope.
Let's go do the show.
Come on.
Let's go do the show. Come on, man. Let's get this done.
Right.
Come on. There's nothing back there, man. I would turn around and look, but I know better than that.
Let's go. Yes.
Let's go.
You go first.
Oh, fine. I'll go first. Let's go.
Episode 2 of the Horror Guys. Now, you're probably wondering why I'm here all by myself. Don't worry. John's here. But I made him go search the perimeter of the building. Some weird stuff going on out here. Once he gets back, we're going to get started on cheesy horror movies. Our picks, some friends' picks, and then we'll probably let you in on a few that you shouldn't bother with. So we'll see you in a minute.
I didn't see anything.
Look,
I didn't see anything out there.
He was across the street.
I looked across the street.
And then
I looked in the backyard.
He was in here. I looked
Nothing.
under here. I didn't see nothing. Did you check all the way around?
Yeah.
Did you go
The whole
into the
perimeter.
weeds like I told you to?
I did everything. And I probably got poison ivy from it too. But I went out there and did
No
everything.
poison ivy out there.
Well, I probably have if there is. All right, we're covering our favorite cheesy horror movies.
Listen, my favorite time of the week. Couple beers.
Yeah, but the stuff you drank though before you watch yourself.
I'm telling you, it's not a hallucinogen though.
Yeah, I don't know about that, man.
All right, cheesy
listen,
horror movies.
You picked some good ones. Let me tell you.
You got to remember, these were films. These were like this takes me back to like the early '90s when I was a little kid. Yes, my parents let me watch this stuff. Probably why I'm so screwed up in the head today.
Dude, I'll tell you what screwed me up years ago was Friday the 13th Part 2.
Oh.
Okay, I was laying on the couch, a young kid, and Jason jumped through the window, and I was a window right above me. That scared me for life.
Yeah.
For life.
These are the types of movies, and as cheesy as they are, really what they are, a lot of them are dark comedy.
Oh yeah.
But they're not funny whenever you're 8 years old. They're scary.
But you picked a good one to start with, though.
Dr. Giggles. First of all, this is like the holy grail of cheesy movies. Now, I don't remember much of the movie because it's been so long since I've seen it. I tried to find it and watch it. I remember that distinct laugh.
Got it right over there, man. It's right there.
And I may have to borrow all three of those.
Right there, man.
I remember the distinct laugh. I remember
that laugh was good.
Yeah, the laugh. And I remember that he was a escape mental patient. And I just remember some of the kills in the movie. I remember the scene when he was a little kid,
Yes.
watching his dad.
Yes. Do you remember the scene where when he was a kid, and the dad got him out of the house, and he cut himself out of his mom's dead body? That was disgusting, but it was awesome. Though.
It was absolutely, again,
Great stuff.
8-year-old kid, but it's a cheesy, corny horror movie.
Absolutely.
One of the greatest. Look at this. There's the trailer right here. I absolutely. And he's not.
No, that he's not. But did you try to imitate the laughter like everybody else did? Yeah, exactly. I think we all did that. We definitely all tried to imitate. Yeah, that laugh.
And I would be lying if I didn't say I was a little bit nervous about going to the doctor's.
Like, you think you're going to get Dr. Giggles?
You know, you get Dr. Giggles if you go to dentist, or the doctor, or Isaac Yankem if you go to the dentist.
Yeah,
for wrestling fans out there.
I tell you what, I like though too is Larry Drake, who played Dr. Giggles.
Yeah. I've seen him in a lot of other
actually
things.
played in one of my favorite episodes of Tales
Oh,
from the Crypt.
yeah!
Remember that?
I remember that.
And all through the house, dude. He was the.
That was a great episode.
You talk about a deranged.
That was the old school Tales
Oh, yeah.
from the Crypt.
Now you talk about a deranged doctor. Think about a mental patient Santa Claus killing people on Christmas. Dude, that was
Kind of like a
awesome.
Silent Night, Deadly Night kind
Exactly.
of thing. Now, here's the thing.
Love that episode.
Did they remake this? Did they do 2 versions of this?
Of this episode?
Yeah, did they?
Not
Or am
that
I?
know of.
Okay.
Um,
I feel like
this was actually the first season. As a matter of fact, I think it was the first episode of Tales from the Crypt.
they did a Tales from the Crypt before the Crypt Keeper and all that.
Yeah, it was from the 70s.
Yeah, and they had that. They had the Santa
Yes.
Claus deal. Yeah.
Well,
And
maybe
that-
this was. Maybe
I
they
think
did
this
actually
might
pick
have been
this
the
up.
remake
Yeah,
of it,
That's
yeah.
true. I think you're right about
So
that.
check it out. I love. By the way, I love the old 1970s Tales from the Crypt too. It was like an
Can't beat it.
anthology movie, which we'll cover eventually in a
I
future
love
episode.
anthology horror
Me
movies.
too.
Love
Me
them.
too. And it's making a comeback. There seems to be a lot of them coming out.
There's a lot of
good
low
stuff.
budget ones out. Speaking of doing cheesy horror
Yeah,
stuff right now, there's
yeah.
a lot of low budget
Things
ones.
like All Hallows Eve. The sequel to Trick or Treat, I hear, is going to be
Oh yeah,
coming out soon, right? Eventually, they're
I
going
hope
to
so.
start working on it. So
I hope so.
that to me is like the top anthology
I
movie. They
love
did
that
such a
movie.
good job with
I
that.
love it. So your second pick, again, one of my personal favorites. I can't lie.
The Ice Cream Man.
Ice Cream
Now
Man.
this is kind of a gimmicky thing, just like Dr. Giggles.
Right.
The thing I remember about this is, and something we remember. Where to go? Something we all remember is going to the video store and pondering the horror movie section for hours,
Oh, yeah.
trying to decide which one you're going to do next.
Exactly.
Didn't want to scare yourself too badly.
Yeah.
Here we
Yeah.
go.
You do remember though that there's just happy days for old Gregory. There.
Right.
Remember that? That dude himself is creepy. But here's the thing: Clint Howard is a creepy motherfucker.
He is.
Whether it's makeup,
Yeah.
no makeup,
Yeah.
just that's not him. That's
Yeah.
creepy. That's a creepy looking dude.
He's creepy in things where he's not.
Exactly.
With art horror.
If he was my ice cream man, he would have to chase me because I'd be going
Right.
the other way.
Yeah. I mean, these are just great kills. Great. I mean, but you know, when I finally decided to do the Ice Cream Man and rent it, you know, my mom let me rent the Ice Cream Man. This is such a great movie. God, I forget until we mentioned.
Then
Cheesy
one of my
horror.
favorite scenes, you got David Naughton from American Werewolf in London, who was the big head on the huge waffle cone. Remember that scene too? That was awesome. Dude, there's a funny story about this movie. Me and Tony were at a pawn shop one day, and it was there. That's the copy that you're seeing sitting right
Really?
over there. Yeah, that was at the pawn shop. I got that for $1, dude. No lie. Tony picked it up first. And I talked him into giving it to me. He was still pissed at me about that one, and I still owe him a
Hey,
copy. I got you, buddy. But you know what's cool, dude? And I wanted to show you this too, man. They put out this awesome. I'm dropping stuff. Sorry about that. But they put out this awesome Blu-ray set. Check out the cover of that thing. man.
Oh wow!
Isn't that awesome?
You know, it's amazing how a movie like this can really
Yeah.
kind of hold its.
Like, check out
Value to
cover
the
of that.
point.
Look at the cover of that thing. Man, that thing's beautiful, man.
I mean,
it's-
the classic
Oh,
waffle
yeah.
cone with the skull. I love
Exactly, man. That's an awesome cover, man. I want to say it was put out by Vinegar Syndrome. They do a lot of kick-ass stuff. And, you know, they
That's
store a
really-
lot of old
it.
movies
Yeah,
and stuff.
very cool. Very
Um,
very cool.
But I thought that was an awesome thing of that, man. But you know what's funny about him? He's done so much stuff. Clint Howard himself. If you look at like this, man, the dude's like king of cheesy movies. Ticks.
Ticks.
Remember Ticks?
I've never seen Ticks.
You never saw this
Never
one?
saw Ticks.
The next picture that pops up on here is a picture of him when they've infested me. You know, like that huge scene.
Yeah.
You got to see this movie, dude. Look at that.
Oh my God!
Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And he's actually he was as creepy as a Who in
Right.
The Grinch, okay? But like in real life, the man's face just is scary enough.
He's got a very. Oh, that
And
is
he's actually
fantastic.
got casted for Rob Zombie's sequel to Devil's Rejects,
Really.
3 from Hell, and he's playing Mr. Baggy Britches. Can you? Come on.
The interesting thing about that movie is it seems as though that's gone from straight horror in House of a Thousand Corpses to almost like one of those like. It's almost like an action flick now.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
it's
the second
basically
one
just
was,
the
was a
second
road
one
movie.
was right,
Road
and this
movie.
one's going to be, I'm sure, the same. 3 hours. Well, we're getting off track a little bit, but the Ice Cream Man, one of my favorite cheesy movies.
Oh yeah. And it basically, to sum it up, it's Gregory, who is Clint Howard.
Right.
You know, witnesses his beloved ice cream truck driver getting gunned down, and grows up to be a warped dude, pretty
I
much.
remember that scene.
And that's
That
basically
opens
the
the
gist of
movie.
the
I
movie.
remember
Yeah.
the scene.
I mean, that's
Opens the
basically the gist of the movie. He spent some time in a institution a little bit, And like we said, there's only happy days, you know. I love it though.
Is it bad that it makes me want ice cream? The ice cream looks
Just
delicious.
not his though.
Not
you don't
his.
want his butter brick.
Not from him.
You don't want just eyeballs and
We'll go with Handles or whatever.
Handles is probably a much better choice here. And if you guys want to throw us a sponsorship,
Yeah,
out there,
$50.
Go right ahead and do that. It's cool. It's really cool.
It is.
So your third one, again,
Yeah.
another one that I absolutely love. Maybe.
Fun story about this.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
My first official date with my wife was laying on a couch, watching Killer Clowns from Outer Space and eating another sponsorship opportunity here. You ever have Uptown Pizza?
You know what I have? It's really good.
It's speaking of cheesy. It's got a lot of cheese on it.
Cheesiest
Pizza with the cheesiest horror movie.
Did you see the segue Uptown Pizza?
See,
Uptown, right? Uptown.
Uptown.
You see that
Uptown.
segue?
$55.
57. Take it up a little bit.
Oh, $2 more. But I love this movie. My favorite part is when they're doing the puppets, the hand puppets, the shadow puppets on the wall, and then it eats the dude.
Yes.
That's some good stuff.
Dude,
man.
I for the life of me, I cannot pronounce their name, and I'll probably butcher this. Sorry if you guys see this, or if anybody does and you want to bitch at me about it. It's cool. The Chido brothers, we're going to say that's the closest thing I got.
Yeah.
I'm going to say there's 3 of them. Dude, they do some awesome, like, puppetry, animatronic stuff. Like, I was at a convention in Jersey when they were there. Like, the whole cast of Killer Clowns from Outer Space was there.
Really?
It's really cool, man.
That's really cool.
But here's the thing. You got giant clowns with a cotton candy shooting gun. Count me in.
Yeah, I love it.
How could you not love that, okay?
It's the perfect, like, if you're doing, like, if you want to do, like, a grindhouse night, you know, Killer Clowns, and really any of these movies.
If you look at the thing, Midnight
Movies.
Now, that
there you
cover
go.
I have here, my copy, looks completely different, but still, this is the original copy of it.
Right. And I love the logo. I mean, everything they did with this was just perfect, you know, for what it is.
Most definitely, dude. And you know what? I gotta tell you, man. I don't know if you know him by movie or whatever he's been in, but one of the characters in the movie, I gotta show you, man. You'll probably remember. I hope so, because I know you share my love of cheesy horror movies. This guy here,
Oh!
Royal Dano. This guy, and I absolutely love this guy. Okay, he played Farmer Green in this.
Yeah.
One, all right. He had a small part in Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Yeah.
But
Was that
he played,
Motel Hell?
No. But he played Gramps in House 2. You remember House 2?
I remember House. I remember House and House 2.
I love that character.
Yeah,
I mean,
speaking of good cheesy horror.
Oh, I love House 2. And then he played Uncle Ned in Ghoulies 2, a.k.a. the great fucking Fausto. Dude, I love this guy. Like, if he was still alive, he would be the best convention guest ever.
Right.
Seriously. And just the small part he had, even in just Killer Clowns. He was.
Oh, that's
great.
him in Killer Clowns.
Yeah, he played Farmer Green.
Okay.
Remember that when he found the tent and all that?
Yeah. Okay, he's the one that found the tent. That's
Yep.
right.
Yep. Now, the funny thing is, and I know we did this too, in your picks, you also picked a movie that you say is not very good. And this is what we're doing, you know. I picked 3 of mine that I like, and and I picked one that I thought was terrible. You picked 3 that you like, and you picked one that you thought was terrible. And we're going to share it with these people, and we'll see what they say. I mean, listen,
Ginger. I didn't know it was a 3D.
I don't know your
episode I did.
absolute take on this, but I just want to give you a quick little thing for me. They struck magic one time with Tim Curry as a clown. Okay,
Right.
With
They
it.
did.
Phenomenal.
Oh, I got you both.
Exactly. Got to meet him at a convention, one of the nicest guys you ever meet. They struck magic, man. With
He
Tim
did a
Curry
great job.
as a clown.
So why not try it again, right?
No. No, not in this case. This movie was terrible. I'm pretty sure that I fell asleep watching this, and if I didn't, I probably should have.
It was pretty boring. Now, I do want to tell you, when I rented this, when me and my wife rented this, she was embarrassed to come to she was actually embarrassed to come to the counter with me. We're checking out.
Poor Jenny.
And-
It's just
and-
like, they're going to judge me. They're going to judge me.
In her with my horror, it's just like I can't get away from it. Even if I know it's going to be bad, I still want to watch it.
But sometimes you find a hidden gem sometimes.
Every now and then, so you got to. In a lot of movies we found that were great, you never would have known if you wouldn't have given it a shot.
Exactly. I agree.
So we're renting it, and the guy goes, Ginger Clown's due on Thursday, and she kind of does one of these, and he goes, I can't believe it. The guy at the,
He
at
said
the
it all
store,
angry, too?
At the
He's like,
store,
okay.
he's like, he was all mad. He's like, I can't believe you're renting this. But there is one great scene in this movie when they walk in, and there's a talking tea kettle.
Yep.
And they look at it and say, what is this? And the tea kettle responds, I'm a tea kettle, you asshole.
I remember that.
That's maybe the only thing I remember. We probably rewound it 4 or 5 times. It was worth that alone.
So that part was just like a vulgar version of like Mrs. Pot from like Beauty and the Beast, right? So pretty much
Basically the same idea. Yeah.
right. But Tim Curry as the clown, that literally his name on the cover of the movie was the only thing this movie had going for it.
And that's where they went. That's where they put all their money in. And honestly, you know, interesting idea,
It was
but
pretty bad. Oh, I forgot Brad Dourif was actually, and Lance Henriksen. The thing about movies like this, they'll bring in the big time actors and they're in a movie for literally 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Their name's on the cover,
Right.
and it draws you in, but they're in a movie for like
it's
5
a
seconds.
common trick of low budget movies.
Oh, yeah.
That's what they'll do.
I mean, it's smart though.
It is smart.
Did Tim Curry and Brad Dourif make you want to rent that movie, honestly?
Yeah, well, I saw Tim Curry was in it, and I thought, you know,
Exactly. So they know what
can't
they're
be
doing.
bad. Yeah, of
Right.
course. And I'll fall for it every time. You know.
Right. And I do too. I don't want to lie. Hey, my picks are coming up, man, so you know it. Look, man, we covered yours. We got mine coming up.
I'm looking forward to it.
Let's take a break, and we'll come back and hit some more.
See you in a couple minutes. Hey man, is the camera off? Are we on break or what?
Yeah, right. What's up?
It's just eating away at me, man. What I saw across the street. I was like, you sure you went all the way around? You went in the woods and all that?
Dude, you told me to check the whole
Yeah.
perimeter. I was out there like police academy, looked all around, didn't see anything.
You didn't see anything? Nothing weird going on with the neighbors or anything like that?
Well, the neighbors are weird on their own,
Well,
but
I
no,
know.
other than that, no, nothing was going on, you know? What's got you so shook, man?
I don't know, man. It's just driving me crazy. I saw some crazy shit out there.
Everything's cool, all right? Listen, while we're on break, I'm going to get it set up for our next segment.
All right.
And I may have drank one too many beers, and I'm not going to take a piss before we get started, all right? So,
All right.
are you good?
Yeah. I'll
Check your phone, man. See if Jenny messaged you. I'll be right back, man, all right? You good? You sure?
Yeah.
All right, I'll be
Yeah.
right back, man.
All right.
Everything's cool, dude. Nothing's going on, man.
What the hell? You're next, Alan. The hell is that? How do you even get this thing off of there? How do you get this off of here?
Dude, are you ready to start up or what? You
Did
good?
you see that?
See what?
Well,
What,
now
picture
it's-
of me and Madison? What?
Well, no. Someone came up there. That guy that I was telling you about was on it.
Dude, I made all the videos for this show. There's nothing. What are you talking about? There's nothing in there. What do you mean?
I don't know, man.
It's just the stuff for a show, man.
Someone just came up on the thing.
Yeah, a picture of me and Madison. Yeah, I get it. I see it. What are you talking about?
That wasn't.
Are you sure that stuff you drank, wasn't it? That
Wasn't
poor guy's beer, wasn't it? Yeah.
That was just beer, man.
Don't drink it ever again.
I won't.
'Cause you're seeing shit, dude. You're seeing shit.
You doing the next segment or what?
Yeah, let's get ready to roll, man.
All right.
Come on.
All right, we're back. Things are getting strange around here.
What do you, man?
I'm
Listen.
telling you, man, there's something wrong with your computer or something.
It's right there. There's a picture of me and Madison before. Now it's this. Everything's fine. Listen, before we get into my picks, we reached out to a few friends.
Yeah,
That
which
share
I
in-
think we should start doing this.
I agree. I agree. We reached out to a few friends that share in the cheesy horror movies like we do, you know? So my friend Megan decided that her movie, and this is a good one too.
Frankenhooker.
Have you ever seen this?
I have never even heard of Frank.
So imagine a new twist on the Frankenstein story, okay? Now let me explain this to you. You've got a girl who gets killed in a mysterious lawnmower accident.
A lawnmower accident.
Her boyfriend makes this lawnmower that is remote controlled, okay? And she dies. He kills her, runs her over, kills her. But he keeps her head in like a deep freezer. And
Interesting.
some weird purple looking
I
shit.
already like where it's
Okay.
going.
And he decides he's going to rebuild his girlfriend, hence the Frankenstein story. So he goes out and he gets hookers Yeah, but he's looking for the right parts. So it's gonna be the right legs, right arms,
Right. It's got to look good.
right
You gotta be,
boobs,
right.
and, a little bit of everything. So this is where it gets a little weird because then super crack comes into play.
Super crack.
Yeah, not just crack that you normally would do.
Super
but
crack.
super crack, yes.
The good stuff.
So yeah, the good stuff, exactly. So they take the super crack and the girls explode into pieces. Makes it easier for him, right? Because well,
And
he's
he
got
picks
pieces
up what
he
he
wants. Exactly. Now, it's interesting. She's she doesn't turn out very well, as you can see there. Yeah, she's infused with all these different hookers and the super crack.
And super crack.
So when she kisses you, you basically, you die. Okay?
It didn't work out so
Hence,
well at all.
Frankenhooker, made by the same guy, Frank Henenlotter, who made like Basket Case. I know you know Basket Case.
I know Basket Case.
So think about how fucked up that movie is. This is pretty much along the lines. But a funny movie nonetheless, dude, and a great pick from Megan.
Good pick. I'm gonna have to watch it.
It's cheese, man, and you gotta love cheese.
Yeah.
Okay? But now we're gonna hit the mine, and I'll tell you, man, I had some fun with this. When we talk about cheesy horror movies,
One of the
changed.
better genre.
I changed my selections.
Well,
Many times.
I've come up in my head since we started this at least one honorable mention.
Oh,
So
what do you got?
I can do it now if you want.
Go for it, man.
So the honorable mention that I'm going to throw out there is Reanimator.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time a few years ago, and it immediately became one of my favorites.
Great
And that movie has some elements there of Reanimator.
Okay.
So that's another honorable mention. But I'm looking forward to seeing what we got.
So
Sorority
what
House
else
Massacre
is good too? Have you ever seen this?
Is it actually a sequel?
Okay, let me explain this to you. So these girls move into this house, right? There's a past in this house of
Right.
murders and all this other stuff, okay? And then there's a creepy neighbor by the name of Orville Ketchum. All right, and this poor bastard, okay? All he's trying to do is warn these girls.
Right.
Tells them the story of what happened with Hochstetter in this house beforehand. Of course, they don't believe him. He's a creepy son of a bitch. Girls, of course, get naked because that's what they do in these movies.
Cheesy horror movies.
They all take showers and do their thing,
Gotta
and then they
stay
find
clean,
a
hygiene.
Ouija board in the basement.
Oh, never
This is
good
where all
idea.
the shit happens.
Yeah.
Because then the girls become possessed by this Hochstetter, this demon, and they begin to kill each other throughout the movie. Okay, and poor Orville Ketchum, again, just trying to help them.
Trying to help them out.
He is creepy, albeit, but he's just trying to help these poor girls. And he is the Michael Myers of this movie because he gets shot, stabbed, anything imaginable
And he
you can
keeps
think
coming
of,
back.
and he keeps coming back, okay? Which is funny because this poor guy, I mean, look at him. He's a creepy dude. I mean, if that was your neighbor trying to warn you of something, I'd be more scared of him, yes.
He's terrifying.
But what's even scarier is me and my friend Christian growing up knew a dude that looked just like him, that lived right by my dad's house.
I've actually seen people that look similar.
And
to him.
it's
He's got a
kinda
very,
creepy.
very
But
familiar face.
I will tell you this though, I met him at a convention in Cleveland a few years back. One of the nicest guys you ever meet.
They always are.
Seriously, Peter Spello was one of the nicest guys. Was one of those people was humbled by the people that I told him that actually came there just to see him.
You know,
He's
that's,
humbled by that.
by the way, this is something you gotta love about these movies.
Yeah.
Is the fan following that horror gets. That they have these conventions and these character actors who may have been in one movie show up years later, and fans are still lining up to see him. That
Like I
is
said,
amazing.
he was humbled by the fact that I told him I came just to see him, And it's funny because this movie spawned a sequel that was basically the same movie, only shot in a high-rise building. Same girls, same cast,
Really?
Orville Ketchum again, and it's called Hard to Die. Because he is like Michael Myers, no lie.
Right.
Oh, they have machine guns too, and they're half naked again. So,
course.
your lingerie and machine guns. This poor bastard gets shot up again, falls off a high-rise building, and still lives.
Still gets out.
Yeah.
He's not human.
No, he's not. He can't be. These movies are amazing, though, honestly. Looks cheesy as shit. This movie is actually a lot of fun, man. Like, I enjoyed it.
Very good.
It really did, man. My next pick, and this is a fun one, too. If you haven't seen this one, dude, you need to. Seriously. Anybody needs to see this one. And it's called Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
Now, you talked about going into a video store.
Boobs in the first second.
Exactly. Now, if you went into the video store and you saw this, boobs in the first second, and the tagline is gobble gobble motherfucker,
Yeah.
would you not want to see this movie?
I kind of want to see it now.
Exactly.
I love the turkey on the
I'll tell you what, I can't play the entire movie for you, but what I can do is play you the trailer while we're talking here.
5
So-
college students.
Let me tell you a story about Thanksgiving. It comes in this cool box set, which is pretty awesome. You would think, oh, there's like 3 movies in there.
Right.
There's 2. because Thanksgiving 2 never really happened, and it explains you that in Thanksgiving 3, which is way more fucked up than part 1.
So Thanksgiving 2 never happened.
Thanksgiving 2 never happened. There's
It
a
was
reason for that.
retconned before it was ever made.
Right. Now, let me tell you about the funny thing here. And if you look, there's a picture there called Sheriff Turkey, huh? Now, let me tell you about that scene. In the movie, these college students obviously are trying to get away from Turkey, which is his name, okay? And he goes to the girl's house and he ends up killing her dad. He then puts the face of the dad on and a hat.
I love Leatherface.
These people, these poor dumb people in this movie, which I know the script is written that way, I get it, believe the fact that this is her father and it's a fucking turkey, okay? If that doesn't get you seriously, dude, and I tell you, it was Jeff Traxler that brought me onto this movie, and I'm glad he did because it's fucking great.
It's a
okay?
turkey.
Dude, there's another scene where he's having sex with a girl. Yeah, the turkey has sex with a girl.
Oh, very good.
And
Well,
his,
bestiality.
ready for the punchline? You just got stuffed.
Oh, the turkey talks.
Yeah, the turkey does talk. Yes,
Oh, look at it, there it is.
Turkey does talk. Yes, he does.
Oh,
Yes, he
this
does.
is fantastic.
If this, honestly, if this is the king of cheese,
That
but
is
in,
pretty-
but in a good way, though.
This is pretty good.
This is something that everybody needs to see.
Yes.
Honestly, if you have not seen this movie,
Gobble, gobble, motherfucker.
and that's what I see. And
I
boobs
think-
in the first second.
Boobs in the first second.
Dude, it's on the DVD. Look, it's right here in plain. There it is. Boobs in the first second. Boobs in the first second, people. If that and if gobble gobble motherfucker.
And are there boobs in the first second?
There are boobs in the
They're
first
not
second.
lying.
They do not lie about that. They pull no punches with that. But there's no sequel. Remember that. It's
There
only,
is no sequel.
It's only Thanksgiving and then Thanksgiving 3,
Interesting.
which has puppets in it. That's all I'm going to tell you.
Okay.
That's all I'm going to tell you about that one.
Thanksgiving, everybody.
Yeah. Now, my all-time favorite of cheesy horror movies. This takes me back to the days of watching this on Cinemax. Cinemax had the great.
Back
come
in
on.
the day.
Cinemax
they
had
used to.
stuff.
They did.
And man, let me tell you,
Much better than what we get from HBO.
me and my friend Christian, we used to watch this movie religiously. I taped it on a VHS tape. I'm dating myself here, and watched it religiously. It was called Dead Dudes in the House.
Dead dudes in the house.
Yes, there, as you can see, there's this old lady here. Like it starts out in like the 1930s, 40s.
There's
something
a
like
dead
that.
dude right
And
there.
She killed her husband, and these people go into this house and they're going to rebuild this house and fix it up and do this whole thing. So it's a bunch of young kids.
Right.
The cover of the movie looks nothing like the kids that are in the movie at all. Like nothing. That looks nothing like that. They look nothing like that at all. And the old lady looks nothing like that either.
Are they even the same actors?
No, not at all.
That's
not
funny.
at all.
That's great.
But dude, this movie was great. Like me and Christian used to watch this back in the day. We used to quote it all the time. Later on, me and Jesse used to watch it all the time too. And the funny thing about it is, it's not made by Troma,
Right.
but it's distributed through Troma. And I think it might have a singles release now. But the only way to get it back in the day was by buying the Toxins
The box.
Triple Terror, which I found at Suncoast.
Which
And
it
that's
looks
a-
as though there may be some other goodies.
Oh
in there.
yeah, Space Zombie Bingo and the Newly Deads.
Okay.
But I bought it strictly for Dead Dudes in the House.
Yes.
Honestly. And again, I bought this from Suncoast back when that was still around.
Right.
That dates myself
That
too.
was a long time ago.
Right.
I miss Suncoast.
Me too. Me too.
There's
but-
still an FYE in Niles.
Oh,
by the
yeah.
way.
Yes, right. You're right.
It's
Actually,
still there.
the prices are a little crazy. Though.
Yeah,
They should
of course.
probably change that a bit.
Yeah, they're not catching up to Amazon every time. soon.
Honestly, though, dude, like this movie, though, as the kids are killed throughout the movie, they become, I guess you can call them zombies. So they're technically dead dudes in the house.
Dead dudes. Okay, I
and
get it now.
They
I get
come
it.
back, they kill their friends, and so on and so forth, and the movie continues like that. But it's the old lady that basically does a lot of the killing in the movie for these kids to become zombies and all that other fun stuff. But if you haven't seen it, it's one of those movies I think a lot of people haven't heard of.
Mhm.
But you need to, because I love it.
Dead dudes in the house.
Yes. Distributed by Troma, and I think you can buy it on Amazon by itself, I believe.
I'm sure.
Amazon is a plug for you too, just saying.
We're gonna need a little more from Amazon.
Yes. All right, now, you did it. Now it's my turn.
I can't wait. I have
A
no idea where we're
really
going with
bad
this.
one. Okay, listen, man. I would go to conventions back in the day. We still do, but I would go back in the day. And my thing was to always pick up one really bad movie for $5.
Okay.
That was always my thing. Okay.
It's not bad. That's not a bad plan.
I met my match this day.
Peter
On this-
Rottentail, you'll be having a bad hair day. I've heard of this.
Don't ever watch it.
The movie's rotten, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's bad.
To the rotten to the tail.
Rotten
to
to
the
the,
core,
rotten
okay?
to the tail.
It's right here, and it is awful. It's just awful. His voice. Let me check that out first of all. But the voice.
Sub Rosa Studios.
The voice, dude, sounds like a small child sucked up an entire thing of helium. Okay? There is a scene when he comes into the room, and he hops, by the way, too, and it has like a boing,
he does hop.
boing,
Oh,
boing
no.
sound, okay? Which is bad enough. He comes into the room and he kills a guy with a carrot.
Okay.
Have you ever killed anybody with a carrot?
I have not.
And I haven't either, okay? But I would imagine that if you kill someone with a carrot, really, how would you kill somebody with a carrot? Let me just ask that first.
Did you ever see Shoot 'em Up?
No.
He ate. I can't remember if he killed somebody with a carrot in that.
Well, let me ask you this. If you kill someone with a carrot, I don't know the sound it would make, but I sure in hell know it would make the sound it made in this movie. He put the carrot, as you can see in the back here, through the dude's head,
Oh, that's definitely.
and I'm going to demonstrate for you. It made this sound exactly. I sat through this entire movie, and I lost at least.
You made it through the end? To the end?
God, I don't think it even tells you how long the movie is. I lost an hour and 20 minutes probably of my life that I'll never get back.
Peter Rottentail.
Yeah, don't ever watch it because it is rotten.
Don't go see it.
This is the
Don't-
kind of movie
don't
where
watch
if you have a person in your life that you don't like,
Tell him to watch it.
tell them to watch it and you'll get rid of them for life. This will ruin friendships, relationships,
This movie
any
is
kind of ships. It will ruin it, dude.
pure
Do not
evil in that
watch
case.
Peter Rottentail.
Peter Rottentail.
Terrible. It was so
Stay
bad
away.
I couldn't even find a trailer to play. Couldn't even find a trailer for it, dude.
Oh wow.
That's how bad this thing was. Real quick, can I give a cheap plug?
Yes.
Just a cheap
Give
plug.
a cheap plug.
We're doing cheesy horror movies,
Yes.
right? We're doing cheesy horror
Yes,
movies, right?
yes.
I was in a cheesy horror movie.
Oh,
Yes.
look at that.
Zombinator.
The Zombinator.
Filmed here in Youngstown.
I remember when you did that.
I played a zombie. Not to go off track, but it was a fashion blogger documentary turned into a zombie horror nightmare.
Interesting.
When college students come face to face with the undead in Youngstown, Ohio. It was, as you can see, a little bit of a take off of the Terminator, which is our buddy here, the Zombinator. But dude, honestly, this was one of the best things. It was a lot of fun. We filmed it in December, which was freezing.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Outside and in a building with no heat. But it was like the most fun I had, man. Like,
That
you
is
want to talk
great.
about cheesy movies, this stuff right here is what it's all about. And this is why I like cheesy horror movies. Pretty much, I'll see one and say I would love to be in that. That's the kind of movie I want to be in, you know?
Yeah.
So this one was a lot of fun.
By the way, speaking of cheesy horror movies, we are starting to put together. Soon. We're all going to take put our hand to the test here,
Oh,
right?
yeah, very soon.
We're
Very
writing
soon.
some things.
Yes,
Some
yes.
cheesy, some cheesy, some not so cheesy. Some actually not cheesy, but
Oh, yeah.
you know, judging by some of our skits that we do, I think that we got the cheesy part now. But
Most
I think we'll be good.
That's the fun part.
That's the fun
Cheese
part.
is the fun part.
The cheese is great.
All right, man, let's take a break. We'll come back. We'll talk about some of our friends' picks. And we're going to give you some picks that you might want to watch and some that you, like Peter Rottentail, that you don't want to
Don't
see
want
ever
to
again.
see that.
All right, we'll be right back.
See you in a second. I'm coming with you this time.
Dude, there's nothing cool.
And we're back. And by the way, I just want to say, Yingling, you're also welcome to add to the sponsorship,
Or-
you know, along with
Or Corona.
Corona.
Mm.
But now we're going to do some of our friends' picks.
Yeah. Our buddy Tony
Our
Evans.
buddy Tony,
Yep.
who we know watches this show,
Yes, he does.
he has a few picks.
Actually, him and Kurt Fury might be the only two, but that's
Right,
okay.
right.
So
Hi, guys.
Okay.
So
Actually, no, I'm sorry. Cassie and Heidi watch too, so we're good.
we've at least got 4 people.
We do. We do.
4
We
people.
do. Yes.
Killer Clowns from Outer Space. I'm right there with you, buddy.
Yes.
It's a great movie. We've already covered it. Excellent choice. Waxwork.
Have you ever seen that one?
I've never seen Wax. I've
Dude,
seen
that
House
is-
of Wax.
That is a cool movie. Waxwork has the guy from the Zach Galligan, I'm going to say, if I said his name right, from Gremlins.
Okay. Oh,
And,
Gremlins is another good cheesy horror movie.
One of the coolest movies, like seriously, like they go into these this wax museum,
Yeah.
and like they go into the actual scene, and it becomes like real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then
Oh,
the
that
dude
is
is
cool.
collecting like souls, basically.
Oh, that is cool.
Cool movie. If you haven't seen it, check it out, man.
We'll be watching it very soon.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
Another good one, Tales from the Hood.
Dude, and you know they're making a sequel, right?
I did not
Sequel
know that.
is
Wow, all
coming
these
out.
years later.
Yeah, like
No
we're
kidding.
talking like 16 years later.
Yeah.
Sequel's coming out.
Very good.
But the sad part is Clarence Williams III isn't coming back for this one. He's in retirement now. But he was the best of the movie. Oh, he won't shit. That was my dude, man. Nobody. They got Keith David to play the part, which again another cool actor.
Yeah.
But nobody will ever beat Ryan Reynolds third though. But a great movie though. Great choice by
Tales from the Hood is a good one.
And then he picked his main pick.
Zombievers.
Zombievers.
Little right up here. Oh, you want to do the trailer first?
Zombievers. Let me just give you a little bit of fun. It's sitting up there, right over there in the corner. Zombievers. Picture this, man. You have human zombies. Okay. Every now and then you get a little bit of something else. Zombies.
Right.
Zombie beavers.
Zombie beavers.
Zombie beavers. When zombie beavers bite you, you start turning into a zombie as a human. All right.
Okay.
Think about that.
Okay.
Think about that. And that's what you're going to see in this movie. Awesome choice.
Cabin Fever.
Yeah.
Green.
These are all the people that produce her, Cabin Fever, the
Right.
all that stuff. But Zombievers, look at it.
Oh my God.
Dude, is that not the best thing ever? Seriously.
That is fantastic.
This movie is a lot of fun. If you haven't, like, I don't think you have seen it, but if you
I have
need
not
to.
seen it. I've kind of gone back and forth.
Tony gave us a little bit of a write-up on his take on cheesy horror movies.
So, a group of friends from college find their weekend of sex and fun ruined when deadly zombie beavers swarm their riverside cabin. Friends, let's see here. A bit later, they turn into zombie beaver humans,
Yeah.
and then they kill their friends.
Yeah, look at it. Look at the zombie beaver.
Look at them
great.
teeth. Look
Look
at
at
them
that.
teeth.
You don't want that biting again.
It's everything you'd want except everything you'd want and more. It says.
Oh yeah.
If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor and check it out. It's a fun one. It looks fantastic, and
It really is.
and it's got a good pedigree behind it.
I agree.
So look at that. That is just great.
Right. See, that's how you say you turn into a zombie
Yeah.
beaver human. You know, a zombie human.
Zombie.
I don't know. I don't want to give the ending away
Okay.
for the people that haven't seen
Don't
it.
do that.
But I just want to say that I'm still waiting for zombies. Not as in B-I-E-S. B-E-E-S. Zombies. Still waiting for that. Tony wrote up a little thing for us. He said, cheesy movies come in any genre, which is true.
It's true.
They come in comedy, they come
do.
in action movies
Yeah,
sometimes.
Absolutely.
But I think horror holds a special place in the heart of cheesy movies. And it does.
It does.
Okay? To be a good horror movie flick, you must meet a few criteria. The film contains no A-list actors. Which, in most cases, they don't. You know, they do
Some
like we said,
character
throw in-
actors.
Right.
Yeah.
But maybe there's someone who later wound up on a supporting role on OC or something like that. Okay, he's right. It doesn't contain a cameo from Vincent Price, but it desperately wishes it did. Some of them, yeah. Tim Curry and Ginger Clown. We're just going to
There's
go
an
back to that.
example.
It's goofy and dated in the best possible ways. And it's full of people eaters, or demons who lurk somewhere between Poltergeist and Troll 2 on the believability spectrum. Kind of like that whole thing you think you've been seeing out there today.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
There's nothing out there. Its title is not a household name, which, again, we talked about that. How it fools you.
Definitely not.
But its poster is eminently recognizable, man. As soon as you see it,
Yeah.
immediately you know. To anyone who spent a little too much time in high school browsing the house of a suburban video store, which we've all done.
We've all done. We talked about it
I
earlier.
think Tony makes great points there, man.
Yeah,
He does.
he does.
He also sent us a list of his bad picks.
I just want to say I like what he says about how the horror genre has kind of taken
Yeah.
the cheesy portion and kind of owned it,
Oh, yeah.
which is really cool because of the stereotype that horror movies get about
Yeah.
all horror movies being cheesy. Even though I disagree that they all are.
It could be the best movie. People say Halloween is cheesy.
Right?
It's
exactly.
not.
It's not. No.
It's not at all.
No. But I do like the way the horror genre has said, fine, if you're going to accuse us of being cheesy,
Yeah.
we're going to be the best cheesy.
Yep.
And they've definitely
And like you said,
done it.
it's got a special place in movie history.
It does.
You know?
It does.
He sent us his bad picks also. Leprechaun in the Hood. Leprechaun also went back to the Hood, and he was in space too.
We
which
should
is
have never
kinda-
gone to any of those
No,
places.
not at all. The Ginger Dead Man. I was going to cover that later in our movies not to watch, but since we're here, we're going to go ahead and talk about it. Ginger Dead Man is Full Moon. I know you know Full Moon movies
Yeah.
like Puppet Master and stuff like
Right.
that. Ginger Dead Man is a gingerbread cookie
Gingerbread cookie.
that came back to life, but the voice of it, Gary Busey.
no.
If that doesn't scare you enough,
I might have seen that.
okay, because Gary Busey's fucked up.
He is.
So imagine him as a fucking dead cookie,
Yeah.
killing people. Okay,
He was fantastic in Silver Bullet, though.
He was. Uncle Ray was
Yeah,
great. Man.
yeah,
He was great.
yeah.
I love that movie. And we're gonna do a Stephen
Yeah.
King one too
Yeah.
very soon.
Yeah.
The Sharknado series. Tony absolutely hates those. Hates the Sharknado movies.
It's a really,
They are ultimate cheese.
yeah, definitely.
They also
Without
bring in
question.
every big actor,
Yeah.
wrestler, anybody they can to do cameos
Yeah.
in those movies
Mhm.
too. And the stuff. Have you ever seen the stuff?
I've never heard of the stuff.
That's another one I was going to cover later, but since we're on the subject, I got to tell you, man. There's a scene in the stuff. There's a guy named Chocolate Chip Charlie,
Chocolate
okay.
Chip Charlie.
which is played by Garrett Morris. All right, and I wish I had the clip right now, but I don't. But Chocolate Chip Charlie is explaining to this woman what happens when you eat the stuff. Okay, so it's this. Now think about this, man. If you saw this white oozing shit coming out of the ground,
I wouldn't eat it.
okay, would you eat it?
No, I don't think so.
These people do.
Shouldn't.
These people do. They market it, put it out into to the people,
And they sell it.
and it like, it's the weirdest thing, man. It like, you become like, I don't even know, like zombified almost. When it leaves your body, you can be normal again, or you die. It's one of the two. Chocolate Chip Charlie is explaining what happens when you eat this stuff, and there's this scene where this dude's mouth gets this big, dude, and the shit comes out and shoots at the lady.
Oh.
One of the coolest scenes you ever see.
Yeah.
But the stuff, I wouldn't consider it a bad pick. I think it's great as far as like cheesy movies go. But again, that's Tony's picks. And we have one more from our buddy Jeff. And Jeff picked, and he said it's not really so much a horror movie, but I think the trailer that I found for it makes it look a lot more horror than it really is. And it's a movie called Santa Claus.
Sure looks horror to me.
It's from, let me see here, because I did keep some notes here. It is from 1959.
1959. Pitches on the loose. Can Christmas be saved?
Right. Now, here's the thing. I'm going to play the trailer while I run down the movie here. This trailer makes this look a lot more horror-esque than it is.
Right.
It's not really considered a horror movie, but cheesy nonetheless. From what I read up on it, it's more geared towards being a family film, and it won Best Family Film in 1959.
No kidding.
All right.
1950.
Santa,
We're really going back
some of the
here.
stuff I read about now, Santa apparently lives on a
That
cloud.
looks pretty creepy.
Okay, he lives on a cloud in space. That's
Not the North Pole.
Nothing
Okay.
I never knew about it. Okay.
All right.
He's given special powers by a magician. He can make himself invisible, and he can make children sleep, which is pretty much the myth of Santa
I
Claus.
should
You know.
use that up at times.
Me too. But runs into trouble from the devil, who is tempting children to act badly. And I'm only going to assume that Santa, finds a way to save the day. All is well in Space Christmas Land, wherever the hell he's from.
Christmas land with devils
Oh.
flying around. Santa Claus.
Again, the trailer I found makes it look a lot more creepier.
It looks creepy.
Which is good since we're covering horror movies.
At least it looks creepy.
Um,
It's got a
Well,
little creepiness. The
you know.
devil creeping around. It's
But
got
again,
its-
let's quote Tony here. Like you said, all cheesy movies come in all genres.
all genres. Exactly.
So, again, cool pick by Jeff Traxler.
Very
too,
cool
man.
pick. I like that we're going back to 1959.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he gave me a movie a long time ago, Santa Claus Conquers the Martians. Think about that one. Now, that's cheesy, too.
Is that a sequel? Is it the
I think it has anything to do with this one. It's just pretty much its own thing.
Nice.
Yeah. All right, so we covered our friends' picks.
Yeah.
We covered my picks. We covered your picks. When we come back, we're going to cover some picks that you may want to watch and some that you probably never, you don't do it. Just don't do it. Right. That's pretty much it. We'll be right back.
I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Gonna wrap this up. Cheesy horror movies. We've gone through. We've gone through the good stuff. We've gone through the bad stuff. We've gone through friends picks.
Yeah.
We even went back to 1959.
Oh, yeah. That was a good one.
So now we're gonna just throw a few movies out there. I've got a couple, and then when we're all done, I got a couple pieces of
Cool.
horror news that I think everybody will be interested.
Let me just say that this list that's coming up until the time we talked about doing the cheesy episode to today, I was adding movies like crazy.
Yeah.
Because I can't stop. There's so many, man. And I know there's some that we didn't even touch on.
And it's amazing because I sit here and I keep thinking of more.
Yeah,
You know what
I know,
mean?
that's the thing.
Well, even some that I haven't seen.
Yep. And people are going to watch this and probably say, oh, you forgot this one, that one.
Sure.
And we probably did.
And let us know. And you know what?
Yeah.
Maybe we'll get enough and we'll do cheesy horror movies part 2.
Which probably could happen with
It
no
could
problem.
easily happen.
This movie here, I'm going to start off with this one, called Mom. All right. And you're probably thinking, what the hell is this, right?
From the producers of Men at Work. That's the Charlie
Charlie
Sheen
Sheen
and Emilio
Estevez,
Estevez.
yeah, which was great. Remember the shit bombs
Great
in the
movie,
locker?
yeah.
Yes. All right, so this movie, Mom, I want to say it came out in the 90s. I want to say like early 90s. This was one of those ones that I found on Cinemax one night. And it was, I don't really know what the dude was, but this guy comes to her house and he's some kind of monster-esque thing or whatever, and he bites the poor old lady that lets him stay at her house, and she becomes, whatever the hell he was.
Right.
And then her son tries to keep her locked away so that she doesn't kill other people, but she needs to feed. So I want to say maybe it's a werewolf. I don't know if it's a werewolf. It's some kind of creature, okay? But the movie was fun, dude, nonetheless. Again, something I used to watch on Cinemax. I had it on VHS back in the day. And if you haven't seen it, check it out.
Definitely.
I bought it at a convention. This funny story about this. No, I'm sorry, it's the other movie. I'll tell you that story when we get to that point. I will admit, this one I have not seen yet. But with this title...
Dude Bro Party Massacre 3.
Okay, I haven't seen it. Look at the cover, though.
There's a guy's head.
It's one of those ones that draws you in.
Kind of draws you in.
Okay? Don't let a bro see
the
alone.
Well, we'll have to watch it together.
Exactly. All I know about it is the title, obviously, and there's a killer called Motherface. That drew me in enough. I'm good.
Let me know when you're going to be watching this.
Don't let a bro watch it alone.
No, can't let a bro watch it alone.
My next one, which is, again, cheesy horror at its best. Bubba the Redneck Werewolf.
I've heard of this.
Which is actually based on a comic, too.
Okay, maybe that's
So,
why I've heard of it.
You know what? Just watch it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna, if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's super cheesy fun. This one I enjoy too. This was another one that I used to watch.
Chopping Mall.
Remember Chopping Mall?
I think I remember this. I remember this being at the video rental store.
Okay, so the big thing in the 80s was robots, right?
Right.
So this store decided to make these robots that would be like service security for the mall. Well, let's just say
Something
those
went
robots, yeah, and those robots started killing people. And you have half-naked girls, of course. And this one,
Right.
too, people stay overnight at the mall.
Put it all together, you end up with
Shopping mall. Exactly. Next one up, we got Chud 2, Bud the Chud.
Oh, Chud is on my wife's. The original Chud
Yep.
is on me and my wife's list of movies to watch this Halloween. We do a 3-day Halloween horror film festival or binge watching.
Yes, yes.
So our deal is 3 days. We totally deck the house out.
Oh, yeah.
And transform everything, and we load up on booze and snacks and food, and we just sit
You
around.
said
And
that as
like,
a drink of beer, too.
Exactly.
I like that.
Although we'll be leaving the Poltergeist beer out of the equation
Never
this
again.
year.
Because you're seeing shit.
I'm seeing shit. We sit and we watch movies for 3 days straight, and
Well, let me just tell you this. Watch Chud,
yeah,
okay? The original.
yeah,
This has nothing to do with it.
Okay.
Because it's nowhere in the same thing.
okay,
Not at all. Not even close. But it's fun.
okay.
It is a fun movie.
Chud 2, Bud the Chud.
Yes. All right, so next
All right.
up.
Clownter guys. There's a lot of clown stuff out there.
Yeah.
Clowns are scary though, inherently.
But here's the thing, though. From what I remember this movie, man, it was terrible. It was.
Look at the face.
It looks nothing like that movie.
Oh, of course.
So it's this clown that's summoned by this guy who kind of reminds you of like Kentucky Fried Chicken, the Colonel. Yeah, you tell me that makes sense. And it's going around basically killing people on his demands.
It looks like Colonel Sanders. A clown Colonel Sanders.
Don't watch it.
I probably
Don't watch
I'll
it.
take your
None of
advice
you.
on that.
Don't watch it.
File it away with Ginger Clown and don't watch it.
Yeah. Dead Time Stories. Have you ever seen this one?
Okay, now this strikes me as something that would be an anthology.
It is. Cheesy, albeit,
Yeah.
and it's like a wild take on fairy tales. So, like Goldilocks and the Three Bears? Mm-mm. It's not what you would think, okay?
Good or bad though? Good stuff, bad stuff.
It's fun. You know, it's a fun movie. The opening of the movie was really cool because like there's like these different monster hands turning the pages of the
Okay.
Dead Time Stories book,
Okay.
which I
that's
thought
kinda
was
cool,
actually
yeah.
pretty cool, man. But it's one that I used to watch, and I picked it up on Blu-ray when it came
Yeah.
out. Cool ass movie. Definitely check it out. Anybody who hasn't seen it. And next up, we got The Evil Bong. Yeah, let that sit for a second. The Evil Bong.
It's got a face.
It does, and it talks. Shit too. Talk shit.
Talk shit.
There are
a bong, you asshole.
now 7 movies in this series.
Oh.
It's crossed over with The Ginger Dead Man, and they fight each other too.
Oh.
Yes. So EB, The Evil Bong here, which is another Full Moon production, by the way. And it says, dude, it's one scary trip. Dude, check them out. They're cheese fun. They really are.
It reminds me of another drug movie. I forget the name of it.
Shrooms? Is
Not
that one? Because that was a
Shrooms.
cool ass movie too.
What was the one where the killer dressed up as Ronald Reagan? Ronald
Oh, the
Reagan
Tripper.
mask? The Tripper.
That's the one you told me about years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah.
Yeah, you told me
That
about
was
that.
a
I ended up watching
great
that
movie.
was a lot
Another
of fun.
cheesy movie, The
Yes,
Tripper.
It was a lot of fun, dude. You're gonna love the title of this next one.
Horror and hamsters.
Yeah. So, okay.
It's like so terrifying up here, but so
Yeah.
like cute and cuddly.
Now,
I
it's an
mean,
anthology, okay? The stories are very, very short, very, very cheese, but it actually was a lot of fun. In between the stories, you get cute and cuddly little hamsters doing cute and cuddly little things.
Okay.
And they made a movie, Horror and Hamsters.
That is pretty cool.
But it's fun though. I'm not gonna lie. Like the scenes, the little like clips and the anthologies and stuff, actually kind of cool. Cheesy as hell.
I like it.
but cool. And then there's this one.
I remember Jack Frost.
Jack Frost.
Yes.
How could you not love it?
Not to be confused with the Michael Keaton Jack Frost movie.
Completely different movie.
Way different movie. This
so
is not,
Jack Frost.
don't rent this for your kids thinking it's the Michael Keaton one.
Old Jack here was a
Serial killer.
yes, and he was on his way
Yeah.
to be sentenced.
He was transferred or something,
Yes.
and typical
Yes.
classical horror thing.
Mm-hmm.
The vehicle crashed. He got away, killed the police.
Well, no, remember when he went into that, like they crashed with the truck full of
That's what it was.
shit
It was
that-
the ice.
the chemical stuff.
That's
yes.
what it was. And
Which
then
then
he
turned
became
him into Jack
Snowman.
Frost, and then spawned Jack Frost 2, where he has little killer snowballs.
He's chilling and killing. I didn't see
He is
Jack
chilling and
Frost
killing.
too.
He also kind of has sex with Shannon Elizabeth with his carrot. I'm just gonna just leave that out there. Just gonna leave
A
that
lot of
out there.
carrot stuff going on.
And we're gonna go on to the next movie after that. Here's one, dude. Killer Pinata.
Killer Pinata.
So imagine you're having a birthday party for your child, and the pinata comes to life and tries to kill you.
That would be no good.
It looks nothing like that in the movie itself. It's like a Mexican myth, but the pinata.
Okay, me and my wife watched this.
Your wife watched this?
I think so.
And she still talks to you after that? Because
I didn't watch it. She watched it.
she probably.
I think this
has
was
she
the
ever
one.
talked about it though?
I think she
She
talked
probably
about
will
it
again.
as a joke.
But yep, that's right where it should be. And followed by Killer Pinata, we've got.
I thought this was going to be something else. I thought this was going to be the Toolbox Murders.
We love eating them. Now it's their turn.
Attack of the Killer Donuts. By the way, I just want to say another movie to throw out there: Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Or was it just Killer Tomatoes?
No, Attack of the
Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah.
You want to talk about cheese? My favorite is whenever they go to the president. They go to talk to the president, and he's got like this shitty little office in the back of like a. It's not the Oval Office. I'll tell you that much.
No, not in a cheesy movie. They can't afford that.
No.
But Attack of the Killer Donuts, dude, it's everything you'd imagine. It's donuts killing people. Yeah.
Fantastic.
Check it out. Believe me, check it out. This one, dude, I wanted to like this.
I liked it.
I hated it.
Really?
Okay.
I thought it was interesting.
Here's the thing, man. You've got monsters.
Right.
So you're combining, it's gone, that's okay.
It was there
You're
second.
combining horror and wrestling. Two of my favorite things
Yeah.
in the world, right?
Yeah. What could go wrong, right?
With Frankenstein's monster, I believe one was called Swamp Gut, which I can only imagine would be like bubble guts that we
Right.
get in life, only if you're a swamp creature, you have swamp gut.
Right.
And then you've got, Witch Bitch, and a werewolf, and a mummy.
I remember
and
Witch Bitch.
They were all wrestling and fighting to be the best monster, and you got Kevin Nash, and you got Jimmy Hart.
Yeah.
And it fucking sucked. I wanted to like it,
Yeah.
man, but it was terrible.
I thought it was interesting.
I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it.
I watched it several years ago, and I was drinking, of course.
And you have to be when you watch stuff like that.
You definitely do.
We're on the subject of wrestling horror movies, then I got to talk about this one, WrestleManiac. Have you ever seen this
Now,
one?
I've thought about it many times. Is it cheesy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, let me explain to you WrestleManiac. First of all, it says Rey Mysterio's in it, and everyone thought, oh man, that's Rey Mysterio from like WWE.
Yeah, it's his dad.
Does
or
that
something,
big ass
right?
dude look like Rey Mysterio
No,
to you?
no.
Because it's not. The coolest thing about the movie was, of course, the Mexican wrestling.
Is there somebody else named Rey Mysterio?
It's I want to say it's his
Uncle or
I
something?
believe.
Okay.
But wrestling myth in Mexico is the mask is a sacred thing.
Yes.
Don't take the mask off.
Right.
So
and actually, they live by that. They
Exactly.
go every. And it used to be that way in the United States.
Yes.
Not
so
masked
much anymore.
wrestlers were not going to public without their masks.
Right.
No. Now you know what they all look like.
this movie, he rips your face off and takes it like a mask, basically. So that's like his thing of doing it. So that was cool. Don't get
That
me
is
wrong.
cool.
It's not a. It's terrible, but it's
Yeah.
fun terrible.
Right.
Okay.
It's a good terrible.
Yeah, it's something that you can watch and it's not so bad. This one here,
Pool Party Massacre.
dude, I had fun with this movie.
Worst pool party ever.
It was. Like, very cool, creative kills. Like, the shows the killer go to the different, like, he has a thing set up in the garage, and it's got like a hammer, it's got like an axe or something. It shows each time, like, he takes the stuff away and he's going to kill the person. Very fun movie. I own it. I'm not ashamed to say that. Very fun movie. Definitely check it out. This one I think you've seen. I know.
Oh, God, yeah. Satan's
Remember
Row.
this one? This movie not awesome.
This is great. I've watched it several times. You want to talk about doing a lot with a little bit.
Yeah.
Crappy camera,
Yes.
crappy sound.
Yes.
And usually I watch those movies and I turn them off within a couple minutes because I
This
just
one was
can't.
good, man.
This was absolutely fantastic. The writing was good. The acting was good enough.
Yes.
It was definitely cheesy, but for all the best reasons. This is actually one of my favorite movies to watch during Halloween.
Me too.
Absolutely love this one.
The kid, starts playing a game called Satan's Little Helper.
Right.
His sister comes home from school, but she has a boyfriend this time, so he's a little jealous.
Yeah.
So the kid ends up going trick-or-treating by himself for a while there and runs into
this guy
here.
And it does look like that.
Oh, it does. Exactly like that. Like, this cover looks like the movie.
Very well thought out movie.
Very cool movie. I felt like it drug on in some scenes, but it was good, though.
I would like to see a sequel, actually.
I would too.
really
I don't
would.
think we're ever going to. But
I don't think so
it's a
either,
fun-ass movie,
yeah.
though, man. And then we were talking about clown movies and everything else, and how most of them sucked. This one actually was pretty decent.
So Stitches is it's kind of sad, actually. I mean,
It
the
is,
beginning,
it
the
is.
way he dies, he gets killed at a kid's birthday party.
Yes. Comes back from the dead
Yeah.
to extract his revenge.
Right. Can't blame the guy.
The scene where the knife went through his eye, though, pretty cool.
Especially if you're, if you know, I mean, eye stuff hurts.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Man, I put all
I
this
know a
stuff
person
together.
who stabbed himself in the eye.
Oof.
Not smart.
I put all this stuff together, and I forgot one of my movies, which I normally
Yeah.
don't do. It's called The Granny.
Okay.
Okay. This is one that me and Jesse watched back in the day, and there was a scene where the granny was watching wrestling, and we just remember me and Jesse used to always laugh because she was sitting there in the chair and she says, "Get him, Sting!" and she was so proud about
Sting.
watching Sting, right? Anyway, the granny is with this like really shitty family who doesn't really care about her. She dies, comes back to life, and starts killing folks.
Fantastic.
Hence,
The Granny.
But if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. I got a funny story for you though. I bought it at a convention.
Okay.
I was in Jersey, okay, this was years ago. And I saw it sit on this table. And of course, it was a bootleg copy, but you can't find it anywhere,
Right.
you know? So I like ran over to get this movie, right? And I'm like so excited about this. And the dude comes over and he's like, "You really like this movie?" I was like, "Oh, dude, I fucking love it." Like,
It's kind of like
great.
the reaction when I rented Ginger Clown.
Right. Although I really like the Granny.
Right,
Seriously. So this dude was like, "You like this movie?" I'm like, "Dude, I love it. Like, it's awesome, you know?" And he had it labeled at $15.
Right.
I said, "But it's a burn copy, dude. $15 ain't gonna cut it. Like,
Yeah.
I'll do it for 10. He's like, "Yeah, I'll take 10. So I reach in my pocket to pull out money, right? $100 bill falls on the ground.
Oh.
And this dude looks at the $100 bill, looks up at me like, "This motherfucker just took me out of $15, you know?" Nonetheless, I got it for $10. Good find for $10, okay? We're running down some more movies that you want to watch, and this one should definitely top your list. This is a fun movie, man.
The Barn.
The Barn.
80s
Dude.
throwback stuff. Me and my wife watched this last year.
This is a fun movie, man.
Absolutely, very well done. Another movie very similar to Satan's Little Helper.
Yeah.
A lot done with a little bit.
Yep.
This is a diamond in the rough right here.
You find a hidden gem.
Yeah.
This is one of them, man. This movie was so cool. Like,
The trailer was fantastic
It
too.
was. Everything about it screamed 80s. And that's what they went for.
I love the
A lot of
80s
movies-
throwback, like the Final Girls,
Yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. And this is
what was that movie? Lost in the Dark or something like that.
Lost in the Dark. It's
Yeah,
another one. The dude from
good throwback.
Terminator was
Yes.
in it. Yeah.
Another good throwback to the 80s.
Fantastic,
If you
yeah.
haven't seen The Barn, you can get it at Family Video. You can buy it on, I think, through their website, which I don't know off the top of my head. But
This
awesome
is
movie.
worthwhile.
This
The
movie,
Barn's
dude,
worthwhile.
I won't lie. I bought it from Family Video for $5.
Yeah.
I was happy as hell to get a copy.
I would. $5 is actually a bargain for that movie.
Yeah,
It's
I
absolutely
agree.
great.
That's when I wouldn't mind spending $15 on
Yeah.
it and not drop the $100
Right.
on the ground. You know. This one too. This one has a soft spot for me. Okay.
The girls in it.
It is. Now, listen, it has Brad Dourif that does the voice of Chucky. Okay, it's called The Hazing. It's actually a really fun movie, and her picture's going to pop up in a second. You know, it's there.
There she is.
Shepis, okay? If you don't know, and you don't, he does. My love for this woman as far as an actress is like up there, man. I got to meet her. Awesome person. I kept in contact with her and stuff like that. Super cool person. Love the movies she's been in. I've seen pretty much all of them. Not gonna say they're all good, but she makes them good in her roles, and I think she deserves way better. Like, not saying that what she does is bad, but I think she deserves a big time movie.
Yeah.
I'd love to see her.
It'd be nice to see it.
Get Rob Zombie's done.
Yeah.
Seriously, I would love to see her.
It'd be good to see that.
But definitely check out The Hazen. It's a fun movie, man. This one, you probably never heard of it. A lot of people probably haven't heard of it.
The Greasy Strangler.
Yeah, The Greasy Strangler. Well, how do I explain this movie? Well, the old gentleman there is his father, and they spend most of the movie in their underwear.
That's a he?
Yeah, they're both he's. Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. The old guy, though, Dad, in most of the movie, has his dick out.
Oh, no. Nobody will see that.
He wears an old, like, disco outfit,
Yeah.
and it has a hole cut out in the crotch for his dick to hang out.
Oh.
Dude. I shit you not. And he, he's a bullshit artist is his thing. He always tells the kiddies lines. He's a bullshit artist, bullshit, horse shit, It's a fucked up movie. And it's one of those ones where you watch it, and it's over, and you laugh, but you also think to yourself, the fuck did I just watch?
I've seen a few of those.
But it fits our spectrum of, cheesy horror.
Cheesy.
So definitely check it out.
Yeah.
This one, dude, I like this one. Always been a fan of this one. The Video Dead.
Reminds me of that movie Beyond the Gates. Just the
Yeah.
another kind of throwback issue.
Dude, that movie was good though.
Very
Seriously,
good, yeah.
Like that was fun because it was that throwback to the old VHS horror games you used to play. Yeah, dude, those were awesome. That was a fun ass
great movie.
This one here, picture this, man. You're watching TV, right? Mm-hmm. And out of that TV comes zombies, and they're coming to kill you.
Straight out of my nightmares. Man.
That is the Video Dead. Dude, cheese beyond cheese
Sounds
beyond
like a good one.
cheese, but it's fun, dude. So
Sounds
definitely check it out, man. And this one here, if you haven't seen it, this is a good time.
Wolf Cop.
Yes, check out Wolf Cop, dude.
I have been thinking about it, so I'm gonna
Definitely check it out. The sequel's out. It comes out on Blu-ray on July 3rd. Another fun one. Pretty much picks up where this one left off. Your eyeballs will never forgive you if you miss this one. I don't know if that's necessarily the truth, but it's a fun movie. It's a fun movie. My eyeballs probably hate me for some of that shit that I've watched.
A lot
If that's
of
the
it,
case.
yeah.
Then they drop
I
hate.
spend a lot of time watching.
And dude, if we're talking about cheesy horror, right? Then we gotta cover the worst movie ever made, according to a lot of people.
Troll 2, the worst movie ever made.
A lot of people will tell you that it is literally the worst movie ever made. If you've seen the original Troll, has nothing to do with that. Nothing to do with that at all. The original Troll was actually a very fun movie. I'll say it right. Little person, Phil Fondacarlo, who's been in a bunch of stuff too. He played the Troll in that movie, which was actually really cool. To me, like, nobody else could play the part. Okay, Troll again, and I believe, if I'm right, I could be wrong. I know a lot of movies, but I want to say it was a Full Moon movie also. Troll was, I believe. Okay. Under that spectrum of Charles Band when he was doing his stuff. But this movie's so bad that it literally got its own movie documentary
About it.
based on it for being, well, I'm just going to show it to you.
A terrible movie.
I'm just going to show it to you.
Best worst movie.
There it is. They got a documentary made about it, about being the best, worst.
I think I'd like to see the documentary.
I'll tell you what, it's actually interesting. The father in the movie goes out and does conventions and stuff and meets the fans and stuff, and he's like amazed by the fact that it's got a cult following from people because it's so fucking bad.
Right.
And they love the one line where he says, I won't let you piss on hospitality, Like, the dad's like amazed by the fact that people even give a shit about this.
Right.
They go and they find the lady who played the mom and stuff, and she's like crazy. She won't go anywhere, she won't do anything. Literally, the only thing scary about this movie was this guy right here.
Yeah, he looks like a creeper.
That was the scariest thing of this entire movie. And from what you learn about the documentary is he was kind of a really strange, standoffish type of dude. Wow, that was him. Huh. Imagine seeing that face on set or anywhere, or kind of like the stuff you think you've been seeing all day. Could you imagine if that was looking at you all day?
Well, I'm telling you, man.
Listen, man, we covered good, we covered bad, we covered cheesy. which was our
course,
point.
all of it was cheesy.
You have a few things you want to talk about before we go.
Well, this is not cheesy horror. This is horror in general. Man, I'll tell you what. I'm looking forward to the next year to 2 years. There's a lot of good stuff coming out.
Yeah.
Last week we went in depth with the new Halloween movie.
Yeah.
That
we did.
We covered, but you got other stuff. The It Chapter 2 coming out, and the first
movie was awesome.
one of the best movies I've seen. Not just best horror movies, one of the best movies I've seen.
Dude, I'll say again, I was skeptical when I heard about it.
Yeah.
But when I watched it, it blew me away.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you haven't seen it, you are cheating yourself.
Yeah, definitely check it out.
You should have seen it in the theater, but go see the first one now and see the second one in theater because I guarantee you it's
next
just
year,
as
yeah,
good.
it comes out,
A lot of other cool things coming up. They are remaking the Witches movie.
Oh, dude, that's a fun
Yeah.
movie.
And Guillermo del Toro was originally going to direct it, but he got busy with something else. But he is still going to be involved. And anything that he's involved in.
You know what, though? My only thing is, dude, Angelica Houston was awesome in that movie. How do you replace
She
her?
did, and
How
that's
do you
tough.
replace her?
But hey, you know what? Looking at Tim Curry did a great job in it.
Yeah.
And the Skarsgård kid
He did. No, he
was absolutely tremendous in that movie. He
He's-
made it his own.
He's no Tim Curry.
He's no Tim Curry.
And no one ever will.
No one ever will be, no.
But he did knock that part
Yeah.
out.
When you quote the movie, you're always going to quote the Tim Curry lines.
Yeah.
Like, "Oh, here's your boat, Georgie."
Right.
You know, the thick New Jersey accent.
Right.
But in the new movie, he made it his own, and
Yep.
he was legitimate. He did the smart thing. The way they made it by not trying to remake Tim Curry.
And I think that's a lot of the problem with things like that. They try
to
to
do it
create
as-
that
yeah,
magic like
yeah.
we talked about with Ginger.
Yeah,
It's
right.
not going to happen.
Not gonna
It's
happen.
not going to happen.
But yeah, so that's going to be great. Hopefully they do it well. I have a lot of faith in Guillermo del Toro. If he's involved, it's going to be something good. Speaking of del Toro, he is going to be involved in a film adaptation of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
Oh, dude.
The children's books.
Do you remember the book?
Yeah.
Okay, do
The
you
book
remember?
was dark, and it even, I believe, got
Yeah.
banned for
Yeah,
or
no, it
pulled
did.
for
It
a
did.
while. Yeah.
Do you remember they had like the audio book of it though?
I know.
Do you remember
I never listened to the
They had
audio.
like the cassette for it.
Yeah.
And remember the one story was the girl that had the ribbon around
Yeah.
her neck. Okay, and in the end of that story, I think she had met a guy or something like that, and they were trying to find out why and all this other stuff. And he had took the ribbon off of her neck.
Yeah.
And the dude's voice on the cassette, he was like, and her head fell off. And you find out the whole time that ribbon was keeping her head.
Keep
from
holding her
like,
head on,
oh,
right.
dude, come on, man.
A lot of fantastic stories in that book.
Yeah.
There's the one with the dog licking the hand. You wake up in the morning with it written on the humans can lick too.
Man, let me tell you a story about that. Okay, I woke up one night out of a dead sleep.
Yeah.
Decided I couldn't sleep, so
Right.
go downstairs, watch a movie, right? I happen to flip through the channels and find this movie. There's this little girl on the computer talking to her friend, telling the friend that her parents are going to go out for the night. She's going to be by herself, blah, blah, blah. And she's over for her birthday present. She's all excited, And you find out that it's not so much a friend she's talking to, it's a grown-ass man, and he's creepy as shit.
Yeah.
So this little girl is by herself. She's, doing her thing. Finds her little bike that she's getting for her birthday and stuff and all this. And she's got a little dog, and the dog sleeps under the bed. So before she goes to sleep, she puts her hand down, the dog lifts her hand.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great.
Right.
What, no harm in that, right? Some time goes by, a little girl wakes up, puts her hand down again, the dog starts licking her hand. As she looks up, she looks at the mirror, and it says, "People can lick too."
Ugh.
And you see through the mirror that it's this fucking guy licking her hand. That scared the shit out of me. When I went to bed again, I think at like 7 o'clock that morning, I made sure that both hands and both legs were on the bed.
Yeah.
Nothing was licking me, dude.
Now imagine someone like Guillermo del Toro getting a hold of this stuff. It's not going to be lighthearted. It's going to be dark.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of great stuff coming up.
Yeah.
Horror is really, I feel as though horror is entering into a new era.
Yeah.
Where, we went through kind of what I felt was a dark period. We had some good stuff here and there.
Yeah, it was hit or miss.
It was hit or miss. But, there was something missing, but I think we're really going back
For
into
the
it.
longest time, it was some of these cheesy ones that were taking the place of the bigger time movies. Because
Yeah.
the bigger time movies were
Not
Paranormal
very good,
Activity
right.
1, 2, 3,
And I
4,
got so
5,
sick and
6,
tired of
everything
hearing
else.
about that. I liked the
Yeah.
Conjuring movies, but it was the
I do
same
enjoy
thing.
those.
Those were good. But all the paranormal activities and everything, it just kind of went away. You never got any good slasher stuff. We're starting to see the slasher genre coming back.
Yes.
Some of the more interesting ideas. I loved Happy Death Day.
That was a fun
I
movie.
loved
Which is-
Get
Let's
Out.
get the sequel too. Get Out.
Yeah, I did see
Or,
that.
I'm sorry, no, Get Out actually is talking about a sequel.
Yeah, they are.
But Happy Death
yeah.
Day is actually getting a sequel
Yeah,
too.
and by the way, shout out again. We've talked about it before to Blumhouse.
Yeah.
They bear a lot of the credit for reviving the horror genre
Yep.
or the process of reviving it.
Very true.
So I'm really excited about what the future brings. for horror, and
a lot of stuff that we'll get to cover on the show.
we're gonna get to cover. I can't wait to talk about stuff that we don't even know is gonna happen
man.
yet.
Yes.
So I can't wait. So
as always, man, it's been fun talking horror movies with you. Cheesy horror movies this time.
We got some good stuff coming up.
We got a
in the
list of
80s.
things, man.
Yeah.
A list of things.
And as always, if you have any ideas, or if you want us to cover a specific movie,
let us
you know, we would be happy to do it.
Absolutely, man.
All right, well.
So we will see you next time.
I walk out to my car now after.
You're still worried about that?
Well,
Dude, nothing's out there.
all right.
We've been through this. Nothing's out there.
I know, man.
We got to wrap up the show, though.
All right.
All right. Hey, again, it's been fun talking horror.
Absolutely, man. I
All
really
right.
enjoyed it.
We'll see you guys next time.
Catch you guys later.
With some more horror guys. You sure you're good?
Listen, man.
Listen, I'm out for a walk out with you, but I'm not.
No, don't
you're
worry
a
about
lady,
it.
so I'm not really.
No, it's daylight out there. It's
you have
fine,
nothing to
man.
worry about.
Yeah, I'm good.
Everything's good.
Yeah.
You know, everything's good.
There's something going on here. I don't know. Get out of here.
You cannot take a joke. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Dude cannot take a joke. Second time he's hit me. Damn it. You forgot your keys, buddy. Guess he's not going anywhere. That dude was so scared of trying to pull a prank on him and hit me again. They left his... What was that? Oh, shit!